Welcome to another episode of In the Divide, where we're bringing all things crypto together with Algorand. Hopefully, you having a semi-good day. I want you to know that the crypto market is doing what the crypto market does. A couple of things I want to express in this area. So many people in the crypto market, they always want to say, they don't want anything centralized. They don't want this and that regulation. All this. This whole thing with Sam Bankman-Fried with the FTX, it shows. It really shows in the market you need something that's going to put people on the same footing. Regulation, it just the way the crypto is supposed to operate. A lot of these crypto exchanges. Let me move back a little bit. A lot of crypto projects are Ponzi scheme, and I'm not saying Ponzi scheme as the Bernie Madoff Ponzi scheme. Is that the nature of the industry of cryptocurrency is because they really have no use cases in the beginning of a lot of these projects because they're trying to latch on and get use cases where the traditional or people use it as a means to an end. So in the boot up of these projects, there is really inherent no value except the value that people are willing to buy it on. And that in itself is no value because at any given time, it can eat itself. It can lose its values because it is not tied to anything substantial. It's anything physical or anything that has an inherent value that is already been declared. Sam Bankman-Fried in the FTX is just the latest example of a crypto being over leveraged because they're over leveraged and you're dealing with such a large amount of money. A lot of times you don't think you will ever be able to lose $95 billion in such a short time. But what happens when you're leveraged, when you're moving funds, when you're moving all these funds around, you do get loose and you do get a little bit risky with some of the things because look, we can make it back. We have enough reserve. We have this. But the truth is you don't really have anything unless you actually have a true use case. And not many cryptos have a true real world use case. This is what we're fighting for. This is what a lot of crypto is fighting for, is to find a real foothold in a use case in a real world situation. And the truth of it is not many people have it. Bitcoin have it, and in a way where people have come to the understanding that Bitcoin is supposed to act like digital gold. It does not yet. It's the hope that it will act like digital gold because the properties of being totally unhackable, unmanipulable by governments, you can't make more of it. Those things create an inherent value that by itself holds a lot of weight into a digital currency. Okay, a lot of other chains are not. Speaking strictly about our chain here, the thing that I talk about most is algorand. I want you to see here is if you don't follow, please follow Stacy Warden. She's been doing a bang up job. We've just a couple of months ago got in bed with Sam Bankman-Fried. He was actually supposed to be speaking at Decipher, of course, with the stuff that's going on. He will not be speaking at Decipher. A lot of people were asking Stacy, how wrapped up are we in FTX? And Stacy, if you go on her thing, will allow you to see that crypto algorand is not wrapped up into the FTX token because we're not a retail investor. We don't we're not necessarily supposed to be into getting the coins and all that other things. So into that case, I don't think Algorand has a lot of exposure to it unless there's something else on the back end that we do not know. But with what's going on, this contagion of what's going on is gonna hit everyone that's gonna be wrapped up into it. It's gonna take down. It's already affected Solana in a big way. I do have questions about how much it's going to affect Anthony Scaramucci with Skybridge Capital because, as you know, a couple of months ago, Skybridge Capital and FTX actually bought 30% of Skybridge Capital. So we're trying to figure that out, the timing of things with this market, with the things that's going on. We are in the position to wait and see. I think still the way Algorand is positioned, it still has a great position as a whole. There's just so many conditions right now that we need to wait on. And one of them is regulation. We need regulation, some base regulation, especially for these central dexes and these crypto exchanges. We need a commonality that they all work the same. They all will be regulated and have to go through an audit periodically. Because if you're doing anything in the financial industry, which I do insurance. A lot of times when you're doing this stuff and you're taking customer funds and customer money, you can't commingle your funds together. And that's a lot of what the crypto market is doing. There's a lot of commingling of funds to pay out more. That's one of the things that Luna was doing, was trying to max pay out people on the front end and trying to build later on with more fees, because once you get more customers, you get more fees, so you get more money from fees. So if you get people hooked in the beginning and put on your platform, all you have to do is over a period of time you lessen and lessen, but you have all those fees still you can accumulate. So you're trying to grab a quantity of people and enticing them with great returns in the beginning. The regulation that needs to come hopefully in starting into next year. So we as a crypto community, we can start understanding that people need security coming in. A lot of us have been in this for one reason or another. People love the projects that you're in. People are trying to moon. People saw somebody else get rich. But ordinary people won't come in if the cryptocurrency market is staying as it is, where there's no regulation, there's no security, and it seems like it's going to be a rug pull at any moment in time, and everyone becomes villainized because of financial mistake. This is one of the things that I hate, is that everyone becomes a villain. Oh, they meant to do that. They stole all this. Yeah, they did. They piss poor business practice. But once you start putting in regulations to help blunt people's worst instinct and guide people to what the market's supposed to look like on a level playing field, you will get more people, and crypto will be more a more appeasing platform to those who don't know and or don't want to get into the weeds like a lot of people who are first investors and first turn in. So we got to make sure if you're in the algo, keep holding your bag, do your due diligence. Decipher is coming up, and I'm hoping with Decipher we'll get some good news. Stacy shows us some good things. There's some good news rolling out of there. It rolls us right into FIFA, and hopefully there's a good bump from that. And hopefully going into next year, there's some good word about regulation that we can wrap our heads around, and then we can start getting out this bear market and try to find a bull market. Hopefully you love this message. You love the content. Like I will be telling you, we will be doing more content on this gen. We're going to be doing some other things on there with cryptocurrencies and ASAs. Please join us over there. Until then, hoping that your tomorrows are better than your today. And we are out.